What's up, everybody? This is the Pattaya News. Thank you for tuning in. We thought we would take a moment today, as busy as it is, to take a quick informal walk around the Pattaya area, specifically Walking Street, just to go ahead and show you guys the difference this year in prior years. Of course, foreign tourists are still not allowed to come, and a lot of nervousness about more restrictions and measures possibly coming to Pattaya. So we're just going to go ahead and show you an informal walk and what everything looks like. This street here, Soi 16, used to be a really busy street prior. It was kind of called Soi Arab to a lot of people previously. And you guys can ask questions and stuff below. I'll answer as I can. But this street has arguably been hit harder than almost any other street right near Walking Street. Previously was where a lot of folks from the Middle East would come to a variety of establishments here, but there's only a couple still open and most are for sale. Normally this time of year, like this beer bar complex and all these venues here would be absolutely full of people, but obviously that's not the point. So let's keep going here and walk down to the Walking Street area and give you guys an idea. No, there's not really any parties going on because, again, there's been a new cluster of infections that have broken out in Thailand, and because of that cluster of infections, it's made a lot of people nervous. Now, although it's not illegal at this time for bars and establishments to open, there's not that many people out. Previously, and we're walking down Soi 16, approaching Walking Street from the back end. We'll be there in a moment for those just tuning in. This would have been the first day of the Pattaya Countdown Festival, which was to see some of the biggest artists in Thailand to perform, and would have probably seen estimated at 300,000 domestic tourists coming to Pattaya, and would have really helped in the situation with foreign tourists prohibited from coming without going through a lot of paperwork and hoops. But obviously that's kind of fallen through. A couple places down here are open, or beginning to open, so that's part of it. This is place on the left here, Fume. They're open. They've done fairly well even during the current situation. Kiki, as far as we're aware, yes, they have said multiple times that midnight will be a strict closing. Now, anybody who's been here before knows that sometimes those orders are what's the best verbiage to use here, can be interpreted differently by different officials, but as far as we're aware, they're pretty clear on midnight. This here, Raj and Karma, have been closed pretty much since March. These were previously really busy discos catering to Indian tourists primarily, but they've been shuttered since all this took off earlier this year. All right, we're now approaching Walking Street. Tourism will probably not be opened for a long time until vaccinations and treatments and things are properly taken care of. All right, so here we are. We're on Walking Street, December 29th, the height of the New Year season. Generally, even at this time, you would be in prior years, you would not be able to walk, but the McDonald's being closed is a big sign of what the situation looks like. We're not going to walk the Bali High Pier way, as that's pretty much dead. You've still got plenty of 7-Elevens closed, even on the Walking Street area, which also tells you the situation. Nang Nul, which has been around since 1965, they're still open, but very limited customers. Their deck area is not really open either, and hasn't been. As you can see, traffic is still allowed on Walking Street. In previous years, of course, there would be no traffic allowed because you couldn't walk. At this hour last year, we did a live feed video, and we literally couldn't move. There were so many people here. Hopefully next year, probably in the back half, we'll see things improve and things start to open, but we'll see. Club Panda. Club Panda actually has done very, very well during the entire pandemic, believe it or not, and they'll be open later. Club Panda changed their business model. They were focused on Asian tourists, and they changed to become a Thai disco, and has now become arguably the busiest nightclub on Walking Street, but catering to Thais, as of course not many foreigners. By the way, I don't like to point the camera directly in bars, as we like to respect the privacy of customers, so we're just kind of showing you guys the general street. iBar Insomnia will be open, or is open. Of course it's early. Hot Tuna's open, but nothing going on. So you wouldn't expect many people in Insomnia anyways. But if city authorities and law enforcement officials stick to the midnight closing, and they may very well do so, that was ordered by the Chonburi governor, it's actually not that early. Kind of just taking a look here, up and down. And Kiki, more than likely, yes. More than likely. Again, we all know how enforcement can vary based on what's going on. Living Doll Showcase actually went up for sale before the entire COVID-19 situation. Again, this 7-Eleven used to be one of the busiest on the street. Closed right now by Marine. Yes, we'll walk down Soy Diamond in a little bit. That was a okay, fairly busy Indian restaurant with an Indian dance show up top. That's been closed for a while. JP Republic and Marine Disco have both been closed, other than 1 week Marine tried to reopen back in March. They've both been closed, although they're not sold, and they're just waiting for whenever things improve. This place has been for sale and up and down well before COVID, so I wouldn't be concerned about this place. It's gone through about 5 or 6 different owners. This poor Game Square place actually went ahead and built this giant King Kong and opened about 2 weeks before COVID kicked off, and it never had a chance, unfortunately, but the King Kong is pretty cool. OK Metro is okay, but I wouldn't say it's thriving. It's doing a lot better than other places. This here, the Janat Club, is a super club, the biggest club in Pattaya, and they just finished their construction prior to COVID. They never officially opened. However, we're friends with some of the people involved in it, and they do plan to open when things improve. Pinup, arguably probably one of, we don't like to say the, one of the busiest go-go's on Walking Street. Even during this current situation, they've done very well. Baccarat open. Nasha is open, but Nasha has changed their business model a bit. It's not just Indian music. They play a lot of Thai music and some other music as well to try to attract a different audience. This part of Walking Street is more lively with more places open. Infinity is up for sale. Lots of places up for sale. Herbal Shop up for sale. Lucifer open. They'll be open later. It's a bit early. In the places, this used to be a real popular place for fairly cheap beer. People sit, it's open, but pretty empty. Here's for sale. I think the first 7-Eleven was open. I walk all the way down. That kind of gives you an idea of the situation. A lot of places like Giza, Nui's Runway, they closed. Sensations is open. They reopened somewhat recently. This place actually remodeled, Rocket Beer Bar, and they've done okay. There's always some customers in there. Windmill is open. They even put a big sign out front, and they've got an expat audience, so they've done okay. Scuba diving's open. Iron Club has been closed since before the COVID situation. 808 is open. It might be busier later, but the New Star Bar always has a couple people in there. Even one of the Russian places is open, Moulin Rouge. Fahrenheit, open. Ice Bar, open. Let's walk down here. Ice Bar actually has a couple customers inside. Again, we don't like really put a camera inside venues, as we don't want to go ahead and film people that aren't comfortable with it. Shark's open here. Coco Go-Go, that's fairly new, that's open. Sapphire has been closed since COVID-19, although most of the staff have moved to Lady Love Go-Go on LK Metro, and they plan on reopening. They haven't sold it or anything. They plan on reopening when things improve, probably in the back half of next year. Which has been closed for ages, well before COVID. Club Misty's has been closed since COVID. Down at this end, Imagine What's Up. The only place I think that's open down here is the Dollhouse. Down at the end, there are other bars on the right-hand side. Club Electric Blue and Beavers are currently closed, and they plan on opening when things improve. Let's walk back. John Huntington, if you want just an opinion, is a quarantine worth it? If you're coming for a very long time, yes. I would have said that before the current COVID situation. I would keep a close eye on what's going on. Most people wanted to come to Thailand before because everything was open. There was no COVID officially anyways. But the situation is still very fluid as a country. So at this time, I would say to keep an eye on how it's developing. Dress shop's still in business. I guess they still have customers. They've been there a long time. Ian can't walk in the windmill, but good suggestion. Russian place, still open. Again, they opened up the traffic in about August, I think, hoping that it would make Walking Street look busier, but it doesn't really. Panda Go-Go reopened and then closed. Golden Club never reopened after COVID, and it's for rent. Lighthouse is open, but there's another closed 7-Eleven next to it. This place was, I think it was called Blue Sky Station. It was one of the live rock bars, and unfortunately that's done. That closed a while back. Skyfall has been closed since COVID. That was a very popular go-go. However, the owner plans on reopening when things improve and has kept it closed by choice. Rock Street, been closed since COVID. Taboo open for a short period of time and opens for special events. iBar reminding people they're open. A lot of these little places, Chicken Tikkas again. This is what, the 5th 7-Eleven since we started filming this live stream that's closed on Walking Street. That gives you an idea. Cavalli, part of the Nanasha group, they were open for a little while, but they've decided to close down and wait till tourists come. The Stones House, they've actually, honestly, they've done pretty well. They're busy almost every night. Not yet, it's early. And they've done well with a Thai market. All right, let's turn around here and we'll give you a final look. This is it. This is New Year's week, 3 days till New Year's. And this is what Walking Street looks like, whereas last year you could not walk. Jack, law enforcement has said midnight. However, we will see if that's enforced. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you as always for tuning in. We appreciate and love you all. Have a very happy New Year.